The Massachusetts Institute of Technology did some analysis about voting wait times all across the country. And they found that blacks and Hispanics waited almost twice as long as voters in white precincts.
Like, we need MIT to tell us this? We didn't.
No, but it's interesting. Listen to the numbers.
CNN?
White voters waited an average of 12 minutes to vote, 12.7 minutes to be exact, while African American and Hispanic voters waited 20.2 minutes.
Almost twice as much. It would seem like we wouldn't want brown and black people to vote in this country.
It would seem as though we wouldn't want brown people or black people to vote in this country.
Just saying. Just looking at the data.
Well, and I mean,
without making inferences.
I mean, and speaking from somebody who is part of that community, mind you, my precinct, I early
Really? You're
voted.
part of that community?
Yeah, you didn't know?
I had no idea.
Well, I mean, I early voted, so I didn't have that problem. But even early voting, I waited about 15 minutes.
I went absentee, just like Rich, our other producer.
Yeah,
we both vote in Philly.
Absentee. I voted.
We live in D.C., vote in Philly, like to have a vote counted other than in D.C.
And maybe the vote should count in D.C., which is not.
It definitely should count in D.C., but
either.
Another story, another time.
Definitely another story for another time. But I think the interesting thing about this is that we've seen the president come out, we've seen Eric Holder come out, we've seen Barbara Boxer come out, we've seen Democrats be very, very strong on this ideal of how we adjust and change how we do voting in this country and why nobody should have to wait 20 minutes in line. We shouldn't have to get to the point where people have to wait. You have to send volunteers out to tell people not to get online.
Corporate-funded campaigns should not have to subsidize people waiting in line just to vote. It should be a God-given right.
It should be a God-given right, but unfortunately to some Republicans, they don't believe in those said rights. And that's the problem.
Not at all. Like, they believe in the rights as long as it's white land-holding property men.
No, they don't. They don't believe in the rights at all.
They want...
Because if they believe in the rights, there's a lot of old senior citizens that... Oh, wait, no. Whoa. There's a lot of older senior citizens that they knocked out of the polls by saying they need voter IDs. They believe in the rights of voters that will vote for them, and that is it. Whether you're a woman or a man, if they think if you're gonna vote Republican,
woman, man, old, rich, white, poor,
as long as you're gonna vote Republican, they're gonna support you voting. But if you're not one of those things, they're not gonna support you at all. They don't care about you. They don't believe that you exist. They don't want you to be part of the voting population. They'll do everything to stop you from voting. They'll decrease the amount of voting days. They'll segment how the electoral votes counted. They'll stop. They will
Sunday voting.
They'll stop voting. They'll stop Sunday voting. Sunday voting. They'll increase the threshold for absentee ballots. They'll make sure everybody has to have a state-issued ID.
They're rigging the game.
They'll even limit the number of voting machines that you can get.
They're worse than the Vegas casinos.
I agree. And hopefully we'll see that change, but I think...
And they also supported the Vegas casino of Wall Street in 2008 when it crashed in the
There you go. You're just connecting the story. Peter's connecting the pieces for us.